Yes.
Yes. Okay. So to have just a recap of our previous session, um, we have discussed about training and development system. We had seen some models like Kirkpatrick's model, ADDIE model, and on the job and off the job training models. Okay, finally with the Philip model. So this chapter 2.2 was over. Then coming to the chapter 2.3, organization development as HRD subsystem, we went through all these intervention types in an organization development. Then we had seen some key OD interventions, and finally that 9-box managerial grid. Okay. So later on, we completed our session with HRD climate and culture. We had gone in depth with Octopace, how this is really working in an organization and adopting for the betterment in achieving the goals. So 2.5 we completed. We left 2.4 because it was quite a theoretical one, so which we will be dealing today. Okay. So our focus will be 2.4, the fourth chapter in the second unit today. And I have prepared a few case studies which has happened in the span of last 5 to 6 years that will be showcasing the issues that we have learned as chapters in these first and second unit. Okay, that I will be sharing it with you. So today our agenda is to complete 2.4, employee welfare and quality of life. And I have some 6 to 7 case studies which we will be discussing. Okay. Okay. To start with, we will have a revision on the part. Yes. So the topics that we have seen, just we will go through the content revision. Hope everybody has received the presentation, second unit as well. So everybody is having the presentation with you. Yes? No?
Yes, Professor.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. So we will go through the parts that we have discussed last class, and then we will go on to today's session. So what did we see? We saw about training and development system. Why are we having this training development in as a part of HRD? Because just look on to the presentation where I am highlighting the points, more than enough. Okay. Because just to refresh your last session, I'll just highlight certain points that alone you focus on the screen. Okay. So why training and development is required? It is required for improving employee skills, knowledge, and competencies of the current job. Okay, fine. This is the broader perspective. Fine. But there are certain models that is used to achieve this broader perspective. What are those models? One such model is called ADDIE model. This ADDIE model is nothing but analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation. So first, whatever type of training that we are planning to be provided to the employees, we need to follow this process. What is that process? What is that first step? Analysis means we have to understand or define the target audience. To whom are we going to train? Okay. In what way are we going to train? Is what is that? Then coming to design, what type of tools that we need to design in such a way it will be handed over to the target audience, okay, to that employee, set of employees. If you could remember, we had discussed about an example of having two departments. One is marketing department, one is financial department. Okay, so what type of training to be given to the marketing department, what type of training to be given to the finance department. This is what is in the design part. Development is actual training materials that is to be shared for the training to these employees. Then coming to the implementation is we either online test or a classroom test will be handled. Okay, that is implementation. Evaluation, after writing the test, we understand how these people have responded to that questions and answers and what they have learned from this type of training. Okay, so we are measuring the effectiveness of the training program. That is on the evolution part. Okay, so this is one such model we have followed, and this is universally followed model. Though it might not have that name as ADDIE model being prescribed in the organization, but every L&D department or training department will have this as the foundation model for creating training for the employees. Okay. Then we saw what are the training need assessment. How should we really assess the training part? So in three ways we need to assess the training. What are those three ways? We have to see the organization perspective, task perspective, and individual perspective. Okay, are these three things need to be focused in order to check onto the training requirements. Then key components for all these kinds of training and program, organizational analysis. These 3 points only we are highlighting here. Where the training is needed and how it is really going to achieve the business goals. Okay, so organizational analysis, only these 2 points will be considered, where the training will be required and what is the business goal that we are going to achieve or align with this training. Coming to the task analysis, very specific skills or knowledge that we will be focusing in this training. Okay, that is task. Individual employee competencies, that is employee competencies like how to really upskill them so that they perform better in the future. After having this training, how are they really going to perform better in the future is what all this individual analysis. Data collection is nothing but we have discussed in ADDIE model, like the last implementation and evaluation is that these two things, we collect the data, understand how the training program has done, and we get to know the results of that. So with that results, we identify and address the gap between the current and the required performance. So more and more they get more learning towards what is to be done in the organization. Their performance increases. Okay, this is just a recap. Hope you are all finding it easy. Okay, so if you could remember this picture, what did we discuss? Even one of our friends was asking doubts on what is simulations also. So on the job, off the job training, what is on the job? After you hire, you are in that workplace, you are doing your work being assigned, and addition to that, you will be given little more training in terms of all these names. Okay, you will be made to undergo training at the time of you working in the organization by your colleagues, by your superior, by your mentor, and the team lead, whoever it is, they will train you, and that is called on the job training. Okay, we were discussing about apprenticeship, where you will be getting inputs from your superior, supervisor, or team lead. According to that, you will be doing it along with the job rotation. Today you are in, we were discussing on that example where today you are in this bookkeeping, tomorrow you will be put in reimbursement. Okay, so that you will be understanding what are all the roles or what are all the jobs being designed for that particular department, so that you gain little more of knowledge of what is happening there in the department. Coaching, understudying, mentoring, we all discuss. It is so similar that your manager or your supervisor will be handing over you certain activities and making you understand the process and procedures of that particular job, and you will be doing it. So this is on the job. What is off the job? Apart from you working, separate time is required, or separate time has been set up for you to be trained. So on the job we had individual attention. Off the job we will not have individual attention, but we will be focusing on a bigger group. Okay, like 10, more than 10 people or something, where the training will be given in terms of lectures, case study, role play, conferences, seminars, GDs, something like that. Okay, so all these type of the jobs will all these types of training methods are used separately apart from your work time. Okay, that is off the job training. So these are the two prominent training methods which are taking place in the organization even now. Okay, fine. Then we saw Kirkpatrick's model. So what did we see in this Kirkpatrick's model? The entire model that we had discussed the last session is only to evaluate the training program. Okay, so we are the management or the organization spends a lot of cost, a lot of money in developing that training and programs for the individuals. So in order to understand how effective these training programs are and what is the outcome of all these training programs, we had certain models for measuring it. And one such model which we discussed is Kirkpatrick's model, which was designed in 1950s, which had only 4 levels. One is reaction. The moment, if you could remember, we were saying like, okay, tomorrow, the moment I say tomorrow there is going to be a test, what is the reaction from you? Then the learning result of you taking up the test and doing it. Okay, after training and writing the test, how are you really applying that knowledge? Okay, so all these things that we have discussed in Kirkpatrick's model is based on these 4 levels: reaction, learning, and behavior results. Reaction, how participants react to the training. Learning, how it is going to increase the knowledge and skill. Behavior, what they have applied, what they have learned, so that they are putting it in the job and their performance is increased. Results, tangible results of the training, such as increased productivity, in higher sales, improved quality. Okay, these are the 4 basic requirements that we need to understand when measuring the training program. Any model, let it be online or offline, whatever training, these are the ones we need to check. So next we had seen one such model called Phillips model. So it is similar to what we have seen in Kirkpatrick's, same 4 levels, but end of the day, they have included one point called return on investment. Okay, so organization spends money for the training. We are evaluating the training in 4 steps, but end of the day, we had a formula to understand, to measure return on investment. Okay, so this is the formula that we have just seen as example. So Philip model, apart from the 4 of Kirkpatrick's, it includes reaction, learning, application or implementation, whichever it is. Then comes impact. Finally, this focuses on return on investment. Okay, so this is one such model being seen. So till now, in terms of training and development, any doubts, Ma? You have gone through the presentation. Any doubts you wanted to ask?
No, it's understandable.
It is understandable. Thank you so much. Okay. So then we have.
No doubt, ma'am.
Thank you, Ma. Then we have our organization development. This also we have seen. We have just gone through this because it was full of theory and other things. We saw the definition of an organization development. It is planned, systematic process of changing strategies for what? For increasing the growth and effectiveness of the function in the organization. Okay, so this is the definition. Then we saw core values. So what are the core values that we have seen when we are looking onto the organization development? Primarily, it is the respect for the people, because end of the day, how much ever technology you put in, humans are considered to be the asset of the organization. Okay, then we had seen the empowerment and participation. We had to include employees in decision making. We were discussing like whenever a team is there, we need to understand everybody's point of view is listened, is heard first, and then we give them an opportunity for understanding their point of view and then implement it if at all necessary. Okay, so involving them is also so that that becomes a very participative environment. Then trust and support, we are to create a valuable supportive culture so that every employee feels that they are belonging to the organization, their point of view is considered, and they wish to contribute little more of what is being asked for. Okay, that is trust and support. Collaboration and power sharing, we have seen two important words called teamwork and collaboration. If at all there is a job being assigned, apart from teamwork, the job cannot be finished. Okay, so if at all it is like two people or three people, review among peers is what is more important, then we are achieving the goal. Coming to humanistic and democratic orientation, social justice, as I said, there is no gender biased, there is nothing like the difference in the designation, no difference in caste and creed, no difference in the payment. I'm being paid less, I'm being paid more, you have to listen to me. That cannot be happening. So democratic orientation to be followed in an organization. Finally, optimistic belief in progress. Okay, they should be feeling that trust so that they say, no, my organization is very good in conducting every employee equal and conducting every employee what to say, treating equal and giving that kind of an importance for them to be a part of the organization. So that kind of a good opinion to be shared along with, among the society. Okay. Then we saw about organization development interventions. Why this intervention is happening? Because in order to make individuals and organization perform better and work more effectively. In what levels are these interventions happening? 4 levels: individual level, team level, individual, then comes team, then comes intergroup, then comes total organization. We saw an example of individual, then team of 5 people, then intergroup, department wise interventions happening, and as a whole organization intervention will happen. Okay, so how are these techniques to be used? One is survey, interviews, and meeting to and face-to-face meetings also to be done. Then we had survey feedback collecting via questionnaires and feeding it back to the teams. Sensitivity, T groups, training to increase awareness and social sensitivity. If you could remember, one of our friends was asking about her organization at the end. saying, Madam, will this circulating questionnaires and surveys, will it really help or not? So we were discussing that though it might not help 100% of elimination, we cannot eradicate it, but to some extent, we will be in a position to understand the psychic of the employees so that we will be able to address some problems with that. Hope you remember that example. Then coming to OD intervention types. So three things that we have seen is individual, teams, intergroup, then we had our total organization. So this will have human process intervention, techno-structural intervention, human resource management intervention, strategic intervention. So these are the types that we were focusing on. This intervention is fully on communication part. Okay. On communication example, we have seen team building, process consultation. Okay. So that we treat them, we teach them. This is how it has to be done. The process consultation. This can be done. Will this be viable, feasible to achieve the solution or not? Something like that. Then techno-structural, by the word says, we are all dependent on the technology and work structures. So here we were only focusing on the job enrichment, how to really ensure that the job design is done in such a way every employee is treated with a sense of belongingness and their work contributes to the organization goals. Then we saw human resource management intervention of focusing, managing personnel, managing humans. How is that done? Performance management system, wellness programs. If you could remember performance management system, we have seen some models initially like MBO, management by objective model, 360-degree feedback. Okay. So similarly to that. Then we had the final one, strategic change intervention. It's fully on strategic planning. For what? For a long-term transformation. It's not like 1 year, 2 year. It is very long term so that the strategic planning can be done accordingly for the organization to improve. Then we have gone through this managerial grid. This is such an important grid for us to understand on the behavioral part of the employees. Okay. We have seen this point being indifferent and evade is like how much ever you are supporting, the organization is supporting, irrespective of that, the results of the job will be attained. Okay. So if the concern for people is also low, the result will also be low. They say this comes under the category indifferent, which means company is also not bothered of taking much importance for the people, employees, and they are also least bothered about the result that is being done, attained by the employees. It is so very mechanical, monotonous. They come under this category called indifferent. Okay. Then comes this controlling part where the results are very, very high, but concern for people is very low, which means an autocratic, authoritative kind of happening that is there done for the employees. And this is what is this kind of controlling atmosphere will have. You are supposed to do what has been asked for irrespective of the wellness, irrespective of the employees' kind of mindset or something, they are forced to do. This is called one such authoritative leadership. So that kind of an organization that people come under this category. Okay. And another category is accommodating, not depending upon the result, but only on the welfare of the employees are focused more. They come under this accommodating type of organization. Okay. Then interdependent is like results are also achieved. At the same time, the concern for the people, that is understanding people, is also being given importance by the organization. They come under this interdependent part. Okay. And it is this point which we have seen, it is just balance, and certain kind of compromise is done in this particular part, where you will not reach the highest, nor you will not reach the lowest. You are in the middle. This is called, this type of an organization will not take much of risk. They will find it, they will fear to take much risk of rather losing people, or rather not achieving the results. Okay, so this is the grid that mostly organizations fall into place. Any doubts till this, ma?
Yes, ma'am. Can you repeat this chart?
Okay, fine. So one more refresher topic is HRD climate and culture. Why are we doing this? We are doing this for making people, treating people in such a good manner, and then employee development, encouraging risk taking. Why this is, HRD climate is categorized. Okay, we have seen these 3 points. Then initially, if you could remember, we were discussing about Octopack culture framed by T.V. Rao and E. Abraham. We were considering these points in order to ensure that the culture and the climate of the organization is met. What is openness? Willing to discuss issues, confrontation, facing problems and finding solution. Then coming to trust, as I was telling, the employees and the management, they should feel the trustworthiness so that they go an extra mile to work for them. Autonomy is like innovation. With this given scenario, innovation, the freedom to act and make decision, or making them a part of decision making, will also ensure the climate and culture is maintained in the organization. Then comes to proaction. Rather than waiting for the problem to occur and then finding solution, initially we need to proactively understand what are all the problems that will arise, so that we are in a position to address it beforehand. Okay, so that not creating any chaos in the environment, working environment. Then authenticity, whatever the management proposes, it has to be done by the management. It is not like they do put it something in the paper and then they not follow it. Okay. Then collaboration, as I was telling, teamwork, working together is more important. Coming to these things, just statement. When I was sharing this HRD climate octopack, in order to measure how this works in an organization, we had seen few statements, like to understand in what basis this organization has successfully followed this HRD, so that the resulting will be optimized or amicable culture and climate. So these are all the statements we have just gone through, and they will only work in accordance to measuring the climate and culture for any organization. It is not only for certain organization, across industries. All these statements can be used for for measuring the climate and culture. Okay, ma. So till this, we have refreshed what we have seen last session in depth. Now, before me addressing the fourth chapter, that is employee well-being, employee welfare and quality of work, let's have some kind of an interaction session with the case studies. Okay, shall we proceed with the case studies?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, so I have 6 cases, ma. Anybody who wishes to add some more points also, are most welcome to the for sharing some points from your understanding as well. Okay, why? Because all these times it was only most theories and other things. Just to make bit of interesting, I thought I will share few cases along with you. I have highlighted problem, solution, industry, everything. Okay, apart from this, I need your inputs also. Any one or two points that ones which we have gone through in the first and second unit, any one or two points that you suggest, madam, this can also be used, that can be used also, is more welcome. Okay, so I will finish case by case and ask your inputs also. So we are going to see the first case. You are able to see the presentation, ma? Case 1 and 2?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
First case is about an European shipping organization. Okay. It's about an European shipping organization, and it was in the year 2020. What was the problem? The problem was lot of absenteeism was happening because see, shipping, everybody knows it is such a tiring job. You have to be in the ship most of the time, and mostly it is not off on the desk job. It is like you have to be traveling from one place to another. Even if you are there in the shore, that kind of a job is also there. Kind of rotation will be more, kind of boredom will be there, because every time it is only with this environment of water, and not much of what to say, learning from that, right? It is always issues happening with all these things. So in that kind of an environment, this European shipping organization faced lots of problem with absenteeism. Not many people did not turn to work, and they showed some disengagement. Even when you are assigned a certain job, they felt little disengaged, not showing much of enthusiasm, not showing much of belongingness, something like that. And we had limited teamwork also. So teamwork, people did not work as team. They were not talking amicably with each other. They were always like on that negative and boredom type of steps, something like that. And the work environment also was like transactional in the sense, if you could remember, I was sharing initially transactional and developmental model. It is like, I am paying you $100, you have to work for me. You got my point. So just because I am paying, you are supposed to work for me, did not work in the recent times. Until and unless you are focusing on the well-being of an employee, this kind of money being shared, I'm being paying this, you have to do this kind of authoritative environment will not work. But this European shipping, see, though in the year 2020, still transactional work environment was only happening. Okay, then they had this lack of role clarity. Nobody was given the job description properly. Nobody was assigned only this designated thing you need to do, irrespective of whatever, whomever you see, job is assigned. So people did not understand, like, this is what are, I mean, what is this that they are supposed to do. Day after day, new kind of roles, new kind of assignments were given, which should not be, because job description to be very, very specific to all the job roles being assigned. Okay, but what did they do is, like, they paid very highly, nicely they paid. Okay, but the pay was really good, and they said there is no proper job design. So our lookout should be disengagement was a problem, teamwork was a problem, environment was a problem, clarity was, I mean, role clarity was a problem. In spite of you're being paid, good pay was there. Okay, so they have raised up this case to the HR people. Now, what HR people have done? HR people have provided a solution saying, we will first do job analysis, because mostly if you see, poor job design, lack of role clarity was there. So people were not very clear of what role they were into. So they said, we will do job analysis. So we will take executives, We will say, this is only your work. Apart from this, you're not supposed to do anything. We will take managers. We will tell them, this is the only set of work that you are supposed to do. And you are not supposed to ask any other extra work to be done. So something like that. So job analysis they have done to understand core tasks. Okay. Then focus groups were created. Since it is a very huge number of employees are involved in this, they said focus groups, which means like labeling, like all executives come here. All all operational executives as one group, operational managers as another group, senior executives and as another group. So all these people were put in the group and they were collected feedback, qualitative feedback. Okay, so asking if this qualitative feedback can be either in terms of kind of a group discussion or individual based, or as an activity, or as a kind of one story listening. Like we ask them as a story, we tell them, you tell me what is the issue in this. That kind of a qualitative feedback was collected, so that they are given that kind of a job, telling them, no, this is your job. You are supposed to do only this work. Apart from this, you are not asked to do. Then we were only telling them to work as a team, not as individuals. Okay, something like that they were emphasizing on. And they said, see, we have done job analysis so that every executive, every manager, every senior executive, you will have the job description and you will know how much work, how much time in a day that you need to work, how much time is required for you to do paperwork, how much time is required for you to go for lunch, how much time is required for you to have a learning time. So all these things were emphasized to them in the focus groups. But what was the result? The result was achieved, like 6% was reduced in the absenteeism. So people have implemented job analysis and focus groups, and we had a result of absenteeism being reduced by 6%. So this is case number 1. Now I need you to tell me, apart from job analysis and focus group, given these problems like absenteeism, disengagement, teamwork, all these things, what another solution can be provided? Hope you got my point, Ma. My question is clear? Is my
Yes.
question? Yes, Ma.
I think the solution was using HR analyzed and job analyzed to better understand employers and improve teamwork.
Job analysis and what, Ma?
Teamwork.
What work? Teamwork. Okay.
Teamwork for
Okay.
better understanding of employees.
Okay. Oh, great, great, super. Okay. Uh-huh. Any other point, Ma? Good. Your name, Ma?
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, thank you.
I think one another
Yes.
one another solution is imposing a fine on employees. I think
Imposing
this
fine.
yeah for the absenteeism.
Okay, okay. Rather than imposing fine, I would take your point as loss of pay.
Yes,
Will that
yes,
work, Ma?
that would be a great one as well.
Okay. Aha. Oh, because we are having a good pay being right. Correct? Super, super.
Yes,
Okay. Okay. Good, good, good. Great. Okay. Uh, one more point that I would like to add for this disengagement and teamwork. Any kind of group activity, monthly ones, can be conducted so that they feel kind of motivated and joyful to be a part of that activity, and improve engagement and teamwork. Is this point agreeable?
Maybe something like team building?
Yeah, great. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, to strengthen the communication and collaboration between employees.
Monthly one like family meet, monthly one like there is no work on that particular day, but it is full of this team building, joyful, fun activities, something like that. Will that work?
Yes,
No.
it will work.
Okay, great, super. Good. So we had, apart from HR analytics, like job analysis, we as a team came up with the 3, 4 new ideas. So if at all anything, these issues crop up in any organization that you are going to be a part of, we can use all these things, right?
Yes.
Yes, great. Thank you. Okay. So similarly, we can go for the case 2. Okay. So coming to case 2. What is the industry? This industry is one UK utility provider. It's like we will say electricity. Okay. So that is one such organization. In the year 2021, this problem arose. So what is the problem? The problem was human behavior issue, customer dissatisfaction, inconsistent coaching, underutilized soft skills. Even with good training, they had a very good training center being established, but still they had lot of issues with people working there, leading to customer dissatisfaction. Okay, so this was the problem. Now, what was the solution? The solution, what happened is like the HR team was informed about this issue because customer is involved now. So HR team, what did they do? They came up with this L&D team. Okay, and what they said is like, you start giving coaching program, because this coaching program was not given all of a sudden. Considering their strength of their utility, that they had a very good training center, they said we will start behavior based coaching program. Okay, good. In that coaching program, what was the solution being done? Just like that, coaching cannot be done. What are all the issues being issues to be focused on? They said, no, first we will analyze how people are handling the call. Any issue that is coming, somebody comes and tells you, no, in my area power is cut, no, in my area transformer is not transformer just bursted. So something like that, somebody comes, in my area generator is only working, something like that, when somebody calls to the customer care. So first what they said is, we are going to do coaching program on what? First they will assess, they will analyze call handling behaviors. How are employees handling the call? Are they very soft spoken? Are they understanding, listening to the customer's issue? Are they in a position to give them kind of an advice or solution to that? Okay, that was checked. Later on, they were checked on empathetic. They checked on this empathetic listening, conversational tone. Okay, and so cross-selling and upscaling techniques. This can be bought, that can be bought, something like that. Okay, so this entire coaching program, behavior-based coaching program, focused on analyzing call handling, understanding or focusing empathetic listening of the employees on the other side of the phone call, their conversational tone, and so that they are very soft spoken, they are very understanding in listening to the customer's issue. Okay, rather than being solution provider, understanding their issue is what mattered a lot for them. And what was the result? They had achieved 125% of return on investment on this coaching program. So to start the coaching program, what did they do? They said, no, we will do all these call handling analysis and this. How much was invested in the coaching program? 105,000 pounds was involved in this coaching program. But what was the return on investment? 125% return on investment was achieved. Okay, how? By increasing customer satisfaction. So if you could see, two things that we have addressed in this case 1 and case 2. case 1, the point that we addressed, that the point that we have studied, it's on the job analysis part. Okay, if you could go through our previous slides, we will say on that performance appraisal and the other things, we have to analyze what the job is. We have to ensure they are very clear in their role so that they perform. Okay, so that was addressed in this case study. On the second case study, it was written on the evaluation of the training program, which we have seen in the Phillips model. Okay, so that was that model was used to find out or measure in this particular case study. Now we are able to see that these case studies we are linking with the topics that we have shared. You got it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So now coming to our suggestions, what would be your inputs for this kind of a problem that has arisen in this? They have developed a coaching program. From our end, what more?
I think
Yes, ma.
I think in addition to coaching, the company could implement a performance feedback system and customer feedback analyzed to improve employee behavior and customer satisfaction.
Oh, great. So you're saying the feedback to be collected apart from this, from the customer as well as
Yeah,
employees. Oh, great, great.
yeah, yeah.
Super, super. Okay. That is also one good thing, ma, which we can do. Yes. Any other thing, ma?
We can also do the reward and recognition, like to
Mhm.
recognize employees who demonstrate good customer service. So in this way, they can do more than, like, they can try their best.
Great, great, great. Super, super. Okay. I'm so happy. Lots of new ideas are popping up. So good. And it is viable also. With the rewards and the recognition. We can say if the customer rates you with this kind of a rating like 9 and 10, something like that, because it gets recorded in the system, right? So the moment you get 9 or 10, you will be rewarded. Good, good, great. That can be one of the best thing also. Yes, ma. One more to add on. Anybody can touch the point of this providing solution to underutilized soft skills. Underutilized soft skills also, they said there is a problem. Anybody wish to add on to this point? Just remember, just rewind and see on that certain training and development systems we had shared 2-3 points. Yes, no. See, this let me add on to that. Underutilized soft skills, what we can do, this ADDIE model you have seen, right? That ADDIE model, we can go along with the employees being positioned for that particular job. Somebody here would have mostly into phone conversation. Some would go to the concerned place also, customer place to gather or provide solutions, something like that. So maybe that ADDIE model can work depending upon the employees being placed in the organization, either offsite or on-site. We can train them accordingly. What is the required skills so that their performance can be improved or not. You all agree with me, ma, with this point, with the solution.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, fine. We will go to case 3 and case 4. Ma, it's time for your prayer, or should I wait? Because last time you said 6:20, you can, I mean, sorry, 5:20, you can go for prayer or something. You want to go now, or 5:20 we will go? Which one is fine for you? Prayer time.
520 is better, Professor.
520 is better. Okay. So we will continue with this case 3 and case 4. Now, if you have any doubts in these cases, or if you if you wish to add any points, please feel free to interrupt in between the session and you can suggest your points. Okay. So now we will go to the case 3. For this case, it is a UK-based conglomerate. Conglomerate is nothing but you have so many kinds of organization under one name. Okay, something like that. So what they did is in the year 2021, they said they had a problem with the leadership team because all the other groups will also be forming the entire thing, right? So they said we have problem with the leadership team. They are not delivering to the business goals. How much ever goals have been designed and the leaders are supposed to work towards attaining the goals, we are not able to deliver. So what was the solution? The HR department was given the notification that leadership team is not up to the mark. It's not always executives and managers will have problems. Leaders like helm of affairs, like HOD, chief operating officer, chief financial officers, they are also facing problem. Everybody is human. As I used to say, human are uncertain and unpredictable, right? So they said this is leadership team is a problem. So what did the HR team do? HR team, they said, okay, we will do one thing. We will have kind of a training program. Okay, what is the training program? We will conduct a session pre and post training measurements. Okay, we are going to analyze them. Okay, understand how they are working presently. Then we give training and we will see how they are working after the training. Okay, pre and post training, we will see. Okay, what are all the points that was focused in this training? They said, unless and until your employer promoter scores, it is just a kind of an measurement. It's not a measurement. It is a kind of tool. No, not a tool also. I'm so sorry. It's kind of one point like key process indicators will be there in every job description. So similarly, leadership team will have this employee promoter score. Okay, as one of their indicators. So they said we will work on this employee promoter score and productivity cost saving outcomes. These 3 points we will ensure the employee is measured now present, and then we will give training that covers on developing these 3 points like how to save cost, how to increase productivity, how to improve that employee promoter score. We will give training, and after training again they will be like measuring their results. So they will conduct this kind of a comparison pre and post training. Okay, and they said we will work on this. Now what was the result? The result was like 20 to 30 percentage of their performance increase. So leadership team, they started showing performance from 20 to 30%, and they also led teams with higher engagement and efficiency. This is a result of this employee promoter score. Okay, their team. Okay, how are they promoting their team? So they said no, we found quite good increase in the engagement and efficiency. And also they said identifiable cost saving initiatives were also being laid and also being achieved. So this is one such case that these people have done. Any points from your end that you wish this leadership team can be employed in to erase this problem?
They can introduce leadership training or
Ah.
programs with a business school.
Super. Okay, with the business school, like executive programs, right?
Yeah.
Super, super. Okay, and so that like very specifically, these people will be attaining the training for them for the issue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
good, great, ma, great.
Thank you.
Apart from this, anything you wish to add for this leadership team?
Can I say my idea?
Yes, ma. Welcome. Tell me.
Yes, they can assign the leadership team to go and research about other high performer companies, like the companies who are bringing a lot of revenue, and they can assign them to go to that kind of companies and review them or have a self study about how those companies are working, and then they can have their findings and apply it to this company.
Oh, great. So you're talking about this intergroup from one organization they can go so that they would visit and have a hands-on training, right?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
they can either go to other companies like sometimes some companies are sending their employees like to high achiever companies like Google, Tesla, and they have trainings or they have research about other companies, and then they come back and apply those their researches and findings in their other companies to have high performance.
Wonderful, ma, wonderful. Super. That is also like one quite good way of making them understanding the other business also. Once again. Super, ma. Yes, because they will, since this being a conglomerate, in order to understand the subsidiary businesses also, they can be a part of going to the organizations and having hands-on training. Good, 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 great, ma. Good thought. Yes, yes. Great, great. I'm so happy. I'm so
And
happy. Yes, ma. To add
they
on.
can also provide coaching and mentoring where they can like provide personal support to improve their leadership behavior step by step.
No, I didn't get you, ma. To improve their leadership support, what to be done?
Yeah, like they can provide the HR department can provide coaching and mentoring where
Ah,
they can provide personal support to improve leadership behavior step by step. Like
super. Yes, ma. That can also be done. See, everything, one, what to say, implied foundation is like everything involves a cost and depends upon all these things. This execution. What you are saying will also be kind of less cost, less cost also by the HR team. So this can also be accommodative. Yes, ma'am. We can even give them on the behavioral traits, as you were saying, right?
yes,
Yes, yes. Great, great, great. Super, super. So this case study, we are looking into the theory that we have studied in terms of training and development. Okay, fine. Let's go to the next case study. Okay, you're able to link the case studies with the theory. I'm sharing it with you, and you are also sharing some points. You're able to, uh, what to say, connect it? Yes?
Yes.
yes,
Yes, because how much ever theory we study, unless and until we kind of discuss, which is in the present scenario, it will not stay in our mind. Okay, that is why I thought I will pick up very few general case studies in the recent past so that the moment somebody asks you something like on training and development or something, you can pick up this study and say, no, no, there was one UK company, UK based organization, they had this issue. This is what has happened. Something like that so that it pops up in your mind. See, end of the day, we cannot be keeping everything in our mind, right? We are forgetful. But one or two that key points that need to trigger what we have studied. And these are all the some kind of key understanding and key points that will refresh our mind later. That is why I opted for this type, even though let it be we are dragging, but it's okay that we study properly what we are supposed to. That is why. Okay, ma. Yes. Coming to the fourth case study. This organization is called Evergas. Everything, to be honest, everything is available in the web. You can even cut, copy, paste, and see, and have a. This I have just given you kind of like snippets. You can really get through into deeper dive to all these cases also. Okay, so nothing is like I have invented, which is all in the web. I have only picked up which will be relevant for our theory. That is what. So coming to next case study is Evergas is an organization. What is that Evergas organization? That Evergas organization is nothing but seaborne transporters of natural gas liquids and petrochemical gases. So they will only transport these natural gas and petrochemical gases. Okay. Now, what was the problem? They faced less employee engagement. If you could remember, our first case study was European shipping issue. What was that? Again, disengagement. Similarly, this team is having less engagement issue and high retention. High retention is in that not many people are staying with that organization. Okay, less employee engagement and less employee engagement, less retention, which means people are not staying in the organization, they are leaving. Then they have failed engagement surveys, less employee experience. How much ever engagement surveys were given, our result are the ones which they have got. They did not find that kind of a suitable solution for them to motivate them. Okay, so if you could see one kind of an understanding that we need to get in this problem, like less employee engagement, have a close look, less retention, failed engagement survey, less employee experience. All these words that we are seeing in this problem, it is totally involved in the intrinsic, that is self within, some kind of an intrinsic issue. As I was telling you, Maslow's hierarchy theory and that motivation theory in the first unit, right? So that is the issue that is implied here, that as individual, if I am an employee, however I am being given very good computer desk system to work, whatever food, whatever it is, inside within me self, I was not satisfied. That is the core point that is implied in this particular problem that is evolved in the organization. Okay, you're all able to get it. Now, what was the solution? HR team said, no, we will hire a person. Okay, who are they hiring? They are hiring living room analytics. This is an organization, small organization, similar to Deloitte's organization. Deloitte considers this engagement reports. Okay, for every organization, Deloitte treats the organization with some engagement report depending upon their requirement. Similarly, this living room analytics is also an organization. What are they pertaining to? They are very good in creating employee engagement survey. Okay, but madam, the problem says engagement surveys are failed. Again, one engagement survey. How is that possible? So, even though it is failed, they are going to work it out. How they are going to work it out? The same engagement survey, they are only focusing on employee sentiment. If you could remember, if you could relate, I was talking, the implied meaning of all these problem is self intrinsic motivation is not there. So we have to only target that motivation attainment. So that is retermed as employee sentiment. The moment we say, okay, I'm sentimental enough, means you don't look on materialistic part. You only look on to how do you feel. Okay. So similarly, depending upon the problem that is being portrayed, they said, no, we will work on an engagement survey, but this time we are not going to fail. Why? We are going to only focus on this employee sentiment. And end of the day, what will happen? This employee sentiment, we cannot contain sentiment and then give it. If you are watching a movie, the instant feel the moment the movie is over, you will get, right? That is the true emotion. That is the true feeling. After going through the review with your friends, with your families, after 1 week, your feeling might change because you would have got opinions from your parents, from your families, from your friends about that movie. Okay, so what they said, no, immediately we have to record. How they are recording? They are recording on real time. Okay, so real time they are creating dashboards, giving insights to their belonging, energy, team dynamics. Not only engagement, but all these three things was focused in the engagement survey. Good, great. They have worked on something. What was the result? They said they have reported improvements in retention indicators, which means employees started staying in the organization. Nobody left the organization because end of the day, they felt happy. They felt that belongingness in the self. Okay. And later on, they had that employee feedback quality also. Later, with lots of engagement issues were being addressed and improved team morale was happening. So this was the one such thing. Depending upon our Maslow's motivation and theory X, theory Y, similarly to all those theories, this case study is filled in. Any doubts in this case study, ma? You're able to relate it. Yes? No?
Yes.
Got it? Yes. Okay. I think having the last two case studies, I think you can go for your prayer and come on. 10 minutes is fine.
Yes, madam.
Yes. So we will come and we will continue. You can have your time. I will come back by 5:30. Great. Oh, thank you, Abiba. Thank you. So once we are back, I am having questions for Abiba in terms of manga series. Okay. Yes. So everybody will also listen to that. Whoever is not vocal about that also can learn like one or two and then take it up. Okay, ma? Yes, ma. Have a good prayer time. Be back in 10 minutes. Okay. I am seeing this chat where HRM resources in terms of book or this thing. I will share the book, recent book also, which has been circulated among the industry people, maybe in this next session. Presentation as such would not be sufficient for better understanding. I might gather some few what to say training slides or something which organization follows. Okay, ma. If I pick up from the web, it might not be very authentic. So I will ask my friends two things. One, any recent books that they are recommending for the students. Okay, that the industry is taking. Second one, I will ask them whether their training and development people are sharing any slides with case studies or something for the organization. I will do it and share it maybe in the next session. Or probably I should be in a position to collect it. I will do it in the next session. Yes, ma. Arezo Sultani. Yes. Okay, ma. Good. Great.
Yeah, thanks a lot, ma'am.
Yes, ma.
Yes, ma'am.
So I will keep this in my mind. I will immediately note it down. 1 second. So it's on. Yes. Okay, ma. to start with, again, we will go for our final case study. Okay. Now, coming to case 5 and case 6. Okay. So, with this, the case studies will be over for this particular theory that we have handled till now. Later on, after having this, we will have the other case studies. Okay, good, great. Okay. Now, fifth case study. There is one industry, mining organization in Zimbabwe. Okay, so what was their problem? They had overstaffing. Being mining organization, it would come under the sector of unorganized sector. Why? Because see, organized sector is something you will have the wage details being followed by the government, wage apart from wage factories act followed by the government. If they follow all these things, they come under organized sector. If they are unorganized, they are like on day-to-day basis, they hire workers and they give just like that whichever amount they wish to. So these type of organizations comes under unorganized sectors. Okay, so the issue of these unorganized sector is like they started having overstaffing. Okay, and some departments were understaffing. Some were having increased cost in getting all the equipments. Okay, so what was the solution provided? Once the again a kind of HR department, they said, no, we will raise up this issue. We will do first. This again they were given to the, since this is unorganized, they will not have a proper department, proper recruitment and all will not happen. Okay, so once this issue has raised, the management has decided to hire hire an organization who would provide solution. Now, what was the solution provided by them? They said, we will go headcount per department. They said, see, you are being overstaffing, you are saying understaffing, we do not know what is the requirement. Now you have to come to a conclusion where this department kind of an transcending towards organized sector type. Okay, that this department should have only 40 people. Night shift, they should have only 30 people. No women to be involved. Something like that. So they said, no, we will go on head count per department and job roles contributing to the business activity. End of the day, it's nothing but mining industries are mostly into workers, we understand, but still some people can go surface wise, depth wise, something like that. They should be in a position to give the job roles contributing to the business activity. The moment your role is contributing to the business goal, your job is aligned and you will have that satisfaction also. They said, we will do only these two things. Okay, good. They said, okay, go ahead, understand every department, count every department's employees, see whichever department is overstaffed, we will put it in the next department depending upon their competency. So then they said, okay, good. The results, they went to this entire process. They said, wherever there is overstaff, they were either retrenched or reassigned to the understaffed areas. Which means if a department is requiring only 40, but there were 70 people, means 30 people were being pulled out on basis of their job roles or their competencies, and those 30 people were put in the departments where there were less number of people. Okay, so that it is equally being done, because in these type of mining organization, mostly it is on that factory act basis only they will come under. They will have shift basis. Okay, and it requires a lot of physical activity, so safety is, occupational health safety is very important. So all these things have been considered. They said, we will go with this particular type and do it. Okay, so this was one such thing. And coming to our final case study, it is a Dutch-based FMCG. So you are all aware of what is FMCG, right? Our essentials, shampoo, toothpaste, groceries, basic household essentials. We all call that as fast moving consumer goods. Okay, that is called FMCG in short form. So it is a Dutch based FMCGs. They said we have problem in the employment training. Okay, we are having a lot of issues to train the employee. We have a lot of issues in making them understand and perform better in the organization. Okay, so what did these people do? These people found a solution, saying to the HR department. They said, no, we have to ensure that the training that you are giving, the training that you are assigning to them, the training mostly in these type of FMCGs will be on the product training, because end of the day they are the ones who meet the consumers. Okay, when consumers are met, consumers will ask so many questions about the product. So most training will be on the product knowledge. So they said, irrespective of more training we give, the training is not having a very good impact. That is what the issue was. Solution was what? They said, no, we have to measure the effect of training. How are you training? Whom are you training? On what basis are you training? All these things were being taken on account. Okay, later on they said we are having a good result of understanding the moment training is done. Again, if you could remember Phillips model return on investment, they said, no, we have measured the effect of training and we have seen the return on investment also, and it has reached nearly 400%. Imagine, 400% is such a quite huge number. So they have successfully measured the training of all these people on the product knowledge, and they have sorted out this case. Okay, ma, you are able to get these two things, these two case studies?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so with this we will conclude our case studies thing today, and we will go to our chapter. Again, we are handling chapter 2.4. Okay, it is called employee well-being. So employee welfare, quality of work life. Till now, whatever we have studied, being a part of HRD, if you could remember, it is mostly on the training and development. Later on, we were saying, no, we have to create a culture. Then we were looking on the training methods. We were looking on the climate and culture. We were looking on some performance appraisal things and all. Everything was tangibly, which was done in order to improve the performance of the employee. Okay, now the ones that we are going to see right now in this chapter 2.4 is intangible. Okay, there can be tangible, which we have discussed before, that I was sharing: training, development, performance appraisal, culture, climate, and all those things. This particular topic, it is intangible. How are we understanding this intangible criteria, and so that the employee well-being is achieved, and also considering this intangible one towards quantifiable one, is what we will be checking in this chapter. Okay, ma? Okay, so what is employee welfare? Employee welfare per se, what it is focusing? It is focusing on the comfort, improvement, and intellectual development of the employee. Whenever somebody comes and asks me, is the welfare scheme all good and all, my only lookout will go into these 3 points. What are these 3 points? Am I comfortable working in the organization? The moment I step into this organization, am I feeling that kind of confidence? Am I feeling safe? Am I feeling happy? Okay, that kind of one feeling that you get is called employee welfare as per definition. Okay, why are we looking for this employee welfare? The purpose of this employee welfare is to enhance quality of life and create a satisfied workforce. It is like the moment I feel satisfied with my work, what I will do? I will work more. Okay, so the moment you work more, what will you do? You will stick to the organization. You will not leave. Okay, so that is what the definition, as it was saying, it only focuses on the comfort and improvement. Purpose of it was quality of life, create a satisfied workforce. For what? For improving productivity and reduce employee turnover. So the moment you are satisfied with your job, you will work very nicely, very effectively, irrespective of being designed with the job roles, and you will stick to the organization. So you will not move out of the organization. That they term it as employee turnover will be reduced. Okay. Now, what is the nature of this employee welfare? And from the organization's perspective, okay, from an organization's perspective, what is the nature? See, it is a dynamic concept. Nothing is like written, like only these steps to be followed in order to achieve employee welfare. Nothing of that sort. Every day, any issues that is cropping up, given the societal scenario changes, environmental changes, so it has to be dynamically reviewed. Okay, that is called it is a dynamic concept, constantly changing. Okay, so either if it is offered by the employer or mandated by the law, depending upon the environment's change. Today, they say like, no, the environment is mostly into IT and sustainability. The organization should feel that kind of importance to be rendered to these people, IT people, in terms of sustainability. Okay, you got it. So it is just depending upon how the society works, you are supposed to incorporate it. That is why this mostly it is offered by the employer. Okay, what is the core principle? Social responsibility. How are you treating people, those who are associated with your organization? They are the asset. Okay, are they socially, psychologically, economically, they are finding it very convincing to be a part of your organization? So this social responsibility is the core principle of this employee welfare. Okay, what is the scope? You should not stick saying that, okay, you are inside my organization, I will take care. The moment you go out, I will not take it. No, that is not the point. The moment you are associated with my organization, let it be Google, let it be like Tesla, let it be General Electrics, let it be like Barclays, Deloitte. The moment you are associated, you are having my ID card, means even if it is inside the organization or even if you are outside the organization, your responsibility is mine. Your welfare is mine. Okay, so from inside and outside the workplace, your responsibility is my responsibility, is the scope of employee welfare. So the moment you hear somebody says about employee welfare in an organization, you should only focus on comfort and improvement in that organization. Quality of life, if you are satisfied, you feel that belonging, you are going to work. Nature, mostly it is offered by the employer depending upon the societal changes. And the core principle is social responsibility. Scope of employee welfare is inside and outside the workplace. Okay, ma? So this is the general idea of employee welfare. Any doubts in this?
No, ma'am, all clear.
All clear, ma? Okay. Fine. Coming to two types of employee welfare is there, ma. One is called statutory, another one is non-statutory. Statutory is every country's government will lay some laws, okay, which means there is this Factories Act, as I was sharing initially also, like mining factories, where there is a lot of people involved. Okay, lot of people involved in terms of handling the equipments, not the process. It handling the equipments, physical activity. Okay, something like that. Mostly they come under this Factories Act of 1948. Mostly this acts talks about how many people to be employed in the floor, how many people to be employed in the night shift, how many women to be considered in the group, how many men should have safety shoes, how many people should have safety gloves, something in terms of employee safety, employee welfare is what the generic term. This Factories Act mostly they focus on the safety issues of the employees in the organization. That is what we see. Either it can be statutory, it can be non-statutory. Okay, so statutory measures mostly they are focusing on the Factories Act. Okay, and whenever they have any issues cropping up, they stick to all these points that is coming under this act. Okay, non-statutory measures are provided voluntarily by the employers, irrespective of what is being given by the government. Additionally, any organization they can put up new statements like now employees, women employees are given monthly 2 days holidays. Men employees are given 1 day holiday. Men employees safety issues are given equally to the women employees also. So something like that, any new kind of welfare, new kind of what to say, support that they can render, that comes under non-statutory measures. Okay, any organization can come with their own point. Fine. Next, statutory benefits, they ensure there is this minimum safety, health and social standards are met. Okay, as I was saying, this Factories Act, right? They look mostly into the safety and health aspects. So similarly, statutory benefits also focus on safety and health. This health and this thing, occupational health and safety, they say. Okay, sometimes mining organization, you will have some kind of an rashes coming in your hand or something. So they give you the gloves that will provide safety for your hands. They give you that kind of an ointment after working in the organization, so that they put in their hands from skin scaling up. Something, so many are there, depends upon the issues that is cropping up with the industry based. Okay, so that all comes under statutory. Non-statutory, they focus again to enhance employee satisfaction. Okay, these are the two types of statutory and non-statutory type of employee welfare. Now we have seen this in general. I will share you on the examples part. Statutory, what they say, every 400 to 500 square meter, you should have a water dispenser. Okay, and every room, it is mentioned in the Factories Act. It is not that I am just like that sharing. These statutory points that has been put here is always mentioned in this Factories Act. You can even go through, Google it, Factories Act 1948. You will get some points like 12 to 13 points, something like that. In that it will say 200 square meter of a room. Okay, you should square 200 square meter of a room should have 3 fans, 2 lightings, something like that they will mention. Because for you to work comfortably in the environment. So drinking water, lighting, first aid box in every room, first aid box in every 2 rooms, something like that they will mention. Washroom, how much square feet should a washroom be? Female washroom, male washroom, something like that is all there. Okay, so these are all coming under employee welfare, so that the moment you enter the organization, you don't feel suffocated. You say, okay, every place has a meaning, every place has its own utility. So restroom is good, drinking water is good. I don't want to walk 500 meters, 600 meters to fetch water. No, inside the organization, 2 buildings, 2 blocks, you have 3, 4 dispensers, something like that. Okay, so that is one example of being statutory. Non-statutory, we all say this employee stock option plan is there, something you feel belonging to the organization, loan, health checkup, they give you all mediclaims, saying that our organization is having tie-up with this hospital, so our employees will get discount in the treatment, something important. Emergency, our employee card will work in terms of that. So all these things they will say. Recreational facilities, company transport, company bus, company van, to make these people to use company transport to come to the office. These are all non-statutory welfare measures. Okay, examples. Statutory measures, again, create a safe, compliant workplace. Anywhere, any issue that you are having, there will be a dumb box. They say you can write, you can put it in the box, or there will be a team called employee redressal, grievance redressal team is there. You can go and complain your issues, whatever it is. Okay, it is all for the welfare of the employee. And non-statutory measures, it is like increasing employee commitment and reduce turnover. In order to have lot of activities to make them feel that they belong to the organization, and end of the day they feel happy and stay with the organizations. Okay, ma. So these are the two types in which employee welfare can be achieved, either statutory or non-statutory. Any doubts in this, ma?
No doubts.
No,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay, we'll go to the quality of life. Till now, we saw what is employee welfare. Okay, now quality of work life. How is the employee as an individual, they feel, okay, when they are part of any organization? That is what we are going to see here. Okay, mostly it is on the work environment. Just I will highlight rather than reading. I hope the slide is there with you, ma. Second unit slide, yes? Just ensure that the words that I am highlighting is the important point. Okay. Quality of work life will focus on few things. What are all those few things? Prominent thing is work environment. Okay. And job satisfaction. The moment these two things are achieved, automatically organizational performance is achieved. So the moment you say individual being in an organization, the quality of work life is nothing but when you are in the organization, you are working. So that particular time when you are there, that is your work life. When you're moving out, it is your personal life. Okay. So in that work life, what is the quality? What is that kind of good thing that an organization can provide is what we are going to see. So work environment to be focused, job satisfaction is focused. The moment these two are achieved, organizational performance is increased. How? When these two are achieved, individual will work very nicely, will work extra mile so that the performance of the individual is met. The moment individual works, team's performance will increase. Team's performance increasing, leading to organization performance increasing. Okay, good. Okay, fine. Now, this quality of work life, we were saying work environment, job satisfaction to be done. Okay, good. How are we going to do it? That is what we will be seeing one after the other. To attain work environment and job satisfaction, there are 2, 3 important areas that the organization needs to focus on. So one such thing is called job enrichment. What is job enrichment? Job enrichment is nothing but if at all you are given a job, if at all you're assigned a role, okay, you are an executive of finance, good, great. Now you are told, no, you have to take you bookkeeping, you have to take reimbursement, you have to do tax, something like that. We are doing it. Okay, good, fine. Now, what is job enrichment? apart from under making them do the job what is being assigned, we will make them a part of decision making. Okay, I have given you reimbursement and tax. Now, what do you say? Can we ensure that reimbursement policy can be reworked? In what way betterment can we be doing in the reimbursement policy? If it is tax or something, how we can encourage, how we can create awareness to our employees so that their tax benefits are more considered. So when we are, apart from telling them to work on tax, we tell them, okay, you are working on tax, please give me your inputs also, so that our entire organization will benefit out of that tax. Okay, this is called job enrichment. The moment you are assigned something to get your inputs with, to get your thoughts about it, you feel little more on doing that job. You will learn more. What the moment you have been asked to inputs, what you will do? You will start learning more. Okay, then you say, no, no, I have referred here, I have referred there. These are the two types have been used in order to increase the tax benefits. So we can use in our organization. Something like that, you will come up with the point, right? So job enrichment, the moment you feel, you are made to be a part of it, you will automatically learn more. The moment you learn, what will happen? Benefits are reduce boredom, enhances skill, since you're learning a lot more about it in order to put it in your organization, and it improves psychological growth. How psychological growth is improved? You will not think of something which is unnecessary, you will not gossip, you will not spread negativity, you are much invested on what is being assigned. No, somebody has asked my opinion, so I have to do research, I have to do study a lot so that I will give them the better answer. You got it? That is called job enrichment. In simpler term, we can say depth of that particular job being assigned to you, you will have a deep understanding. Okay, ma? So the example of this is allowing a customer care agent to make discretionary refunds rather than escalating every issue to the supervisor, which means giving that customer service, anybody who's attending the phone, we as team lead give them that opportunity, give them that empowerment, saying, no problem, you take decisions. When the refund amount is less than $10, less than $50, you handle it. You decide whether to be refunded or not. If it is above $50, you can come to me. You're giving them that kind of an power, that kind of an authority, saying them, you do it, we trust you. Okay, so the team lead is trusting the team member. He says, you take a call, why don't you take decision? The moment this is being given to them, they will decide very reasonably. They will take accountability in every call they are attending in the customer care agent. Yes, ma, this is called job enrichment. How about next point called job enlargement? It is called, in one simple term, horizontal loading. What is horizontal loading? If you could remember, on the job and off the job training, which we have seen in the previous slides, we had a point called job rotation. Okay, which means one day you will handle reimbursement, another day you will have handle tax, another day you will handle bookkeeping. Similarly, so that you will not feel that kind of a boredom, not that kind of a monotony. You will start learning new type of things that is handled in your department. That is called job rotation. If you could remember and go refer that slide, one of the on the job training will be job rotation. Okay, so what are the benefits of that? This benefit is it will reduce monotony. The moment you feel like, no, I'm learning something new, I wish to learn a lot, I'm giving most of my energy into that, your monotonous job will be broken. You will have more interest. Okay, so example of that is a factory worker who only puts on tires is given task of also installing seat. So apart from putting the tires in place, he is going to install seats in the car. Okay, for example. So he will find it very engaging, very happy, saying that no, I'm going to do another job where I will learn about seats installation also. Okay, so this will reduce the monotony. And all these points that we are discussing is only going to end up in creating good work environment and job satisfaction. Okay. Any doubts in this slide, Ma, on job enrichment and job enlargement? Yes? No? Can I proceed to the next one, Ma?
Yes.
Yes, Ma. So we were seeing job enrichment, job enlargement. Similarly, to improve the quality of work life, on what basis? On improving the work environment and job satisfaction, we have two more types. What are all the two more types? One is autonomous work groups, which says it is a management self-managed team of 20 to 10 employees. Okay, what will happen? This 10 employees will say, okay, now you are formed as group. You take a problem, you plan it accordingly, find a solution, discuss among you, and implement it. This is what they will say. Okay, so mostly autonomous work groups mostly will happen in this NGOs or where it requires a lot of field visits or something like that. They will be using it. Okay, ma. Now, the actionable techniques are like they will have their own production targets, their own schedule breaks, their own methods, because it is self-managed teams. Whatever they are wishing to there, because it is not written that you have to follow this and that. No, whatever the 10 to 20 people decide, depending upon their comfortability, they work. End of the day, they perform better. That is what is the lookout. So they do this. Now, what is the benefit? Benefit is mostly higher engagement, faster innovation, better morale, and increased accountability. Because the job that is assigned to this managed this team, no supervisor per se. Okay. But so they will, these 10 to 20 people, they take that as an accountability. They become responsible enough in order to get their results done. So end of the day, what is being achieved here? They feel more engaged. They include a lot of innovative, creative ideas and they implement it. Better morale is increased. What is the example that we look over here? The team that manages its own shift schedule, QC is nothing but quality control. Checks without manager present. So in this team, there is nothing, nobody called manager, nobody called subordinate. Everybody are equal. It is like top-down supervision, often reducing the need for direct and top-down supervision, which is like no manager, no team hierarchy, everybody is equal here. Okay, so everybody's contribution is equal, everybody is considered to be important. That is what is taken in this particular group. Now, next thing which we have this called flexi time. Flexi time, we start in our, they just tell you, no, 6 hours you have to clock in, either physically or online. Fine. That 6 hours, they are not mentioning it at what time. Any time of your 6 hours, you can do your job, finish your activity. This is what is happening. Most of the organization after COVID, when they said it is mostly going to be online, now it is partly hybrid. They say like you have to come to office 2 days a week, like 1 day a week, something like that. Still, it is flexi time only. 9 hours totally or 8 hours you have to be clocking in means any time of your 9 hours you can clock in. Let it be night, let it be morning, but you have to finish your assigned job. That is what is called flexi time. You can set their own start and end time is flexi time. Okay. So actionable thing is like they say 4 hours per week. 10 hours per week or something per 2 hours per day. Whichever is their comfortability, they can take it up. What is the benefit? Reduced commuting stress. Now see, imagine we are having online session. We feel it so very comfortable sitting in our own couch, sitting in our own table and chair, having our own laptop being done, nearby mobile is there, our family members are there. We don't need to go out of our house, out of our room, first of all. So this commuting stress, what kind of being without our videos also not there. We are very comfortable having these kind of thing means, so there is nothing like you have to take up a transport and you have to go, you have to get ready. That problem is not there. So reduced commuting stress, better work life balance, which means they say today only 3 hours class. So what you will do, that 3 hours you leave it for the class, the rest of the hour you can do whatever is you are feeling happy that you can do in your life. Okay, so better work-life balance is there, decreased absenteeism. Okay, now example of this is a working parent starts at 7 a.m. to be done in order to pick up children from school, which means apart from this flexi time and this thing, in order whatever time they wish, they can get ready and do their work along with the professional work. Okay, ma, you got this point? Any doubts in this?
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. And finally, we have one more type of option that the organization involves in order to achieve quality of the employee's life. Okay, what is that? Work from home. This is what which we discussed right now. Flexi time is also good. Work from home option is also good. Okay, sorry, flexi time and work from home option are also similar, not good. It's like similar. That is what I was about to say. It's like providing it wherever you are working. Let it be work from home, work from cafe, work from your co-working space, something like that. Whichever environment you feel that you are comfortable, so that you are contributing a lot for the job or for the task that is being given to you, is one considered one such strong predictor of higher quality life, like quality work life. And mostly after COVID, after all these kind of lockdown and other things, one downside I would say, we all have become lazy. Rather than sitting for 1.5 years sitting at home and working, we don't find that energy. With the increased traffic and increased fuel prices and all those things going on, we don't wish to stress ourselves going out and enjoying that kind of life. So mostly we wish to say we work from home option. Anybody looking for the job, they are also opting, like we HRs, right? We come to know whenever we post a job or something, they say, no, if it is work from home option, I will come. So it is becoming an order of the day now. So that they say like, I can do whatever I wish. At the same time, I can work in the place from the place I feel comfortable from. Okay, so they say that one, and sometimes they say hybrid work model is also a part of this. Benefits of that is reduced stress and higher productivity. End of the day, if you could see in all the presentation of this thing, we will only see stress level is less, boredom is less, monotony is less. The moment stress, boredom, monotony is less, what is higher? Engagement is higher, belongingness is higher, satisfaction is higher. End of the day, we are achieving two important points in quality of work life, work environment, and job satisfaction. Okay, these 5 models or 5 options, I would not say models, 5 options are contributing towards increased quality of work life. Okay, ma. So, as a summary, what we can say, the ones which we have seen, these 5 things, right? Just summary as I was suggesting right now. For monotony, if your job finds it monotony, use job enlargement. Okay. For disengagement, use job enrichment. If your employees are feeling burnout, use flexi time and remote work. We are using all these things for what? To bring back these employees in a very higher motivation level and to make them feel that they are very satisfied, they are contented in their work so that they are engaged in their work, perform better. And for empowerment, use autonomous work group. So all the all the options that we have checked, all these if issues crop up, this is the solution. You got it, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, good. Now, this is just an theory, ma. I will highlight it in this slide. Just go through what is the important points that should come into your mind the moment we say work-life balance. Okay. So the moment we say work-life balance, what should come into your mind? Employee well-being. Good. By what? Reducing stress. Okay. Any organization, these are the only sole points that an organization will look forward in having a work-life balance. Okay. So what are all the initiatives we'll have? We'll have flexi hours, supporting their personal time. As I was telling, right, you can do your personal job also and do your professional job. For what? For maintaining mental and physical health so that their productivity will be higher and low staff turnover, which means you will not move out of the organization. Okay. And this is very, very important as I was sharing it with you. Occupational health and safety, which means any organization that is requiring physical like equipment handling, process handling, equipment handling in the factories and other things. This point is very, very important on occupational health and safety. It is on protecting the safety and health and welfare of the employees. Okay. Because unless and until you make them feel that they are safe in their workplace, you cannot achieve any productivity. Okay. And it also prevents workplace injuries and accidents, because with all the equipments and that is happening, you need to have all those things put up in the uh, when you are there in the organization. Okay. So this one, occupational health and safety, will have to prevent the workplace injuries. This is just one kind of an understanding, ma. You can highlight, you can just see what are all the points that is highlighted here. What are all we discussed in the last 4 slides is just a summary. Okay, ma. Now, finally, we are going into rewards and recognition. Again, rewards and recognition, we have it in the 2 types. One is extrinsic, one is intrinsic. So when we were discussing on case studies, one of our friends was suggesting on the rewards and recognition, like you do this activity and the customer satisfaction rating is, then we can reward it accordingly, right? So all these things which we are discussing was on the intangible part. Even this reward and recognition has tangible part and intangible part. Tangible part is the salary. Tangible part is the certification. Tangible part is the incentive. Okay. Now we will understand on the intrinsic rewards and extrinsic rewards. If you could remember Maslow's hierarchy theory and McGregor's theory, it is all on the intrinsic part. Are you satisfied? Are you able to climb the ladder so that of the organization so that you are becoming self-sufficient? Something like that. Okay. So similarly, we will see what is intrinsic rewards. What is intrinsic rewards? It is nothing but your psychological fulfillment. Okay. So what is psychological fulfillment? It is something which which is intangible, internal satisfaction and individual feels. This is what is called intrinsic rewards. The moment I feel happy, the moment I feel contented, the moment I feel like satisfied, That is psychological fulfillment. Okay. Now, what are all the ways in which this psychological fulfillment can be attained? First is sense of accomplishment. What is that sense of accomplishment? Now, if I am being assigned a job, like, no, you do these three data entry within half a day, more than enough means we do the data entry and we finish it before that half a day. We feel that, oh, I have done my job quickly, right? So that kind of an accomplishment, sense of accomplishment you feel happy. So that is a kind of a psychology. You'll say, sir, I have finished, madam, I have finished three data entries as you were asked within first half of the day. Now, can I do the next three in the second half of the day? So this is motivating you. End of the day, you are achieving in completing the job. Okay. That is what in been put in the sense of accomplishment. Next, recognition and praise. Irrespective of however you work, somebody in your team comes and tells, oh, wow, good, great, you have done a wonderful job today. Leave it the job. Your parents, your siblings, your friends come and say, hey, today you have done a wonderful job and all these things, great, good, means you will feel that kind of one happiness. Okay, the moment somebody comes and praise you, like, you have done a great job, or you have excelled in today's activity, something like that, something they come and say, you have handled the situation very nicely, you have created a very good impression on these people, something they say, some new praise, you will feel satisfaction. Okay, so that kind of an informal appreciation is what we look into this one. Okay, we feel psychological fulfillment. Autonomy and interest, again, it is like the freedom to make decision. As I was suggesting, the customer care, the example which we saw earlier, somebody comes and tells you, see, whichever is below $50 refund or something, you take a call. You decide. You do whatever. The moment you think that you are given the decision making capability that you have, you are going to be very happy. You take the responsibility. You feel that accountability. You are psychologically satisfied. You do more work. Okay, so which boosts ownership and motivation. So next, purpose and growth, you feel sense of contribution to the society. End of the day, you might work for money, you might work for satisfaction, but at the end of the day, you feel satisfied. Okay, my contribution in the family today, my contribution at workplace today, my contribution with my friends set today has improved somebody's welfare, somebody's good feeling. Okay, that sense of contribution you feel, that again leads to psychological fulfillment. So all these things that we have discussed will form a part of intrinsic reward. You got my point, Ma? Everything is on motivation, self-assessment, self-satisfaction, and belongingness. Okay, these are all comes under intrinsic reward. Nobody can equate it with money. Okay, how much ever you've been paid, $1,000 per hour, $2,000 per hour, whatever it is, no, that either that cannot fulfill your mind, heart. Okay, certain things can fulfill your heart and mind. That is all these points which we have discussed here. These are all the intrinsic part. Now, coming to the extrinsic rewards. Okay, extrinsic rewards are nothing but something which is very tangible, monetary. You can see it, you can touch and feel. That is called tangible part. Okay. Now, monetary tangible incentives, that is tied up to your performance, behavior, and seniority. In these things, extrinsic, you have monetary and non-monetary. Okay, so what are all the monetary? It is financial well-being, salary hike, performance appraisal, spot awards. The moment you complete the job, they say immediately, this process you have completed it very soon, so we are giving you increment of 5,000 for this particular 10,000 for this part. Immediate small financial incentives. Okay. So that is then bonuses, monetary rewards for achieving specific goals. So everybody would have heard, all of you would have heard about these points, right? Salary and initials awards, intermediate awards, bonuses. All these things deal with money. Okay, all these things deal with cash. End of the day, financially, you will feel that confidence. Oh, I am being paid good. I am happy. I am being rewarded in terms of money. That is also one, that is extrinsic reward. Okay, coming to non-monetary rewards. This is tangible. Non-monetary. What is this? Paid time off, which means extra vacation days. If you all could remember your parents, your siblings, your friends, whoever it is, they say, we have EL, we have earned leave, we have casual leave, we have, since we have not taken leave for 4 months, they have allotted us an accumulative leave for 5 days. Something like that they say, right? So extra vacation days, flexible time, it is called paid time off. That is one such non-monetary rewards. Okay. Then company perks, something like gym membership. Whenever you are there in this organization, this particular gym will offer you at free of cost. You can go take gym facility. Then this hospital is tied up with us. You can have a annual checkup for free basis. Something like that. That is called company perks. Okay. Development thing is nothing but workshops and coaching. Everything is paid by the organization, but you will be awarded certificates. Okay. So that your resume will have more certificate entry and you can get little more incentive when you perform the job better. And promotions, career advancement to new roles with higher status. This career advancement is also there, like promotion from senior executive, you'll go to manager, then deputy manager, then manager, something like that on the part they will give. Okay, these all come under extrinsic rewards. Any doubts till this month? We have completed.
No doubt.
No doubt. We have completed the chapter 2.4. With this, we have completed our second unit also. So unit 1 and 2, we have completed it fully. And hope the slides are there with you, right?
We haven't this slide.
You have unit 1 slide is also there, right? With you?
Unit 1 or Unit 2, and this, we haven't this slide.
Syllabus overview, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now, we will have a kind of a discussion now. Okay. So in these first 2 units, anybody wishes to share any topics that you really like to discuss. In these 2 units, you can go through the slides. Slides are there with you, right? Just take 1 or 2 headings or something. You can give 1 or 2 points from your understanding. Like, for example, we completed work-life balance. Okay. Employee well-being in that. Like I say, I liked the point in work-life balance. I liked the point of work from home option. I think that would really improve the performance of the employees because they are very comfortable sitting at home. Also, they are given time to spend with the family also. So this is one such, what to say, one good part of this unit I liked. Like this, in first and second unit, any part that anybody who liked it can share it. So that this is why I'm asking this, because it is kind of a revision. Now you will go through both the slides. You pick any 2. You can even read that point from the slide. That is not a problem. Just pick something which you really like in these topics and say, that you liked, because the moment you are being vocal about some points, it will be sticking into your mind. It will not feel alien. You got it? That is why this kind of an activity, we will do it for 10 minutes. Then later on, I will share other activity that we will be proposing for the next class. So my point is work from home option. I like in quality life. Similarly, what is your point? Anybody who really liked the points? Anything that you can go in one, go through the slides if you are having. Unit 1
Can
and
you share
unit.
my thoughts, ma'am? And then I have to leave because I have a meeting. If
Yeah, yes,
you,
Ma, yes.
yeah, I really like the tuning measurement that we had in the first, I think, first session of this unit 2, and then I liked the way that we were evaluating and studied about different methods of how to bring workplace welfare. And then I think working from home, I mean, for being fully remote is not a very good option, because sometimes people get disconnected from their colleagues and their workplaces, as well as sitting all the time at the same room is a bit,
Okay.
I mean, um, it's not very much interesting, especially that I'm doing it in the last 10 months, but I prefer the hybrid work system, which sometimes you go to office and work from office, and sometimes that you are not feeling well, you will be allowed to work from home as well. I think that will be the best approach. And I also had a question from you, ma'am. We had the case studies, and I had a very general question, if it's okay
Yes,
to answer.
yes, Ma. Yes, Ma. Please let me. What question?
Yeah, thank you. And you said that HR can also like measure the effect that the leadership can bring, like the how much like revenue you're bringing, or from the different department leadership, and then the HR can take action and give them like plan or organize some trainings for them, for the CFO, CEO, or CMO. Like I wanted to know, like, is the hierarchy in a company organization allows an HR to do it? Like, for example, can an HR set this kind of trainings uh, for the leadership, like the CMO or CFO, or like how is the hierarchy of HR? Like, is it above all of them, or um, what's your idea?
Okay. A wonderful question, Ma. To understand an organization's hierarchy, that is called organization system, anywhere, let it be CEO, let it be CFO, let it be CMO, Chief Marketing Officer, okay, whoever it is, HR team, they might not be equally aligned with the designation. Okay, there is also one more designation called CHRO, Chief Human Resource Officer. Okay, so all these people, irrespective of the designation, they are to abide certain rules and that certain policies and procedure that is laid by the HR department. I would like to quote my own example. The previous organization that I was working, I was handling employee grievances and L&D, learning and development, in terms of code of conduct. Okay, zero tolerance policy was my lookout, and we were conducting it. I was in India, but I was heading the team, okay, along with one of the chief officer, HRO. He is the vice president, uh, vice president of HR. Then for L&D code of conduct, zero tolerance policy, I was heading for India and Asia Pacific. Now, though I was just on senior executive, that was my role previously, senior executive. Me being senior executive, I had that kind of an authority to pass on certain policies and procedures and training modules to my MD. okay, MD of Indian operations and MD of Asia operations. Okay, so though my level was only senior executive that time, but the training I have to give on code of conduct did not stop me with my designation. Even though if it is MD, Chief Financial Officer was there, Asia Pacific team was there, which was handling the marketing and sales was also there. Everybody took training module from me. They've attended it in online because not able to collect everybody offline, right? We cannot call everybody to India. So I had put it in the online basis. They had attended few questions also. And when they did not attend the training, when the deadline is not met, I had escalated also few mails and asking them to complete it. Okay, and they have done it, obliged it, because end of the day, code of ethics, code of conduct is very, very important in an organization. So everybody has done it. This is my personal experience that I'm sharing it with you, and I'm so happy it is aligned with your question. You have got your answer, Ma?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I now understand that the HR has the authority to follow with the trainings and also what the code of conduct or the other SOP is saying about even a leadership position.
Yes, ma. I was given by CHRO of Asia Pacific and Vice President of HR. Since I was handling this, they gave it to me. Similarly, for the payroll and other things, they would have given it for other people in terms of training. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Yes, ma'am. So, other friends, any one or two points that you wish to point out that you liked in these first and second unit?
Can I share my opinion, Professor?
Yes, ma'am. Most welcome.
First of all, thank you very much for your perfect and clear explanation in these two units.
Thank you.
After that, I like the reward and recognition systems related to quality of work life very much. I like the intangible rewards, especially sense of accomplishment.
Great.
Which I experienced personally when you complete a challenging task and you find that feeling of accomplishment, that sense. This is very interesting. I like it very much. And also recognition and praise. When you get appreciated from someone, like from managers, you find it very interesting. I like this section, reward and recognition, very much.
Wonderful, ma. Wonderful. It is so very relatable point. Why? Because we human beings, end of the day, we need kind of a validation, right? And at home, it is parents or siblings. So somebody comes and tells you, "Oh, you have got me this present. I loved it so much." That itself is a good accomplishment for us, right? So wonderful,
Yeah,
wonderful point, ma.
thank you so much.
Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma. Super, super. Yes. Any other friends that you want to quote these two things? Let the Isma, one or two points that from unit 1 and 2 you found it good?
For me, ma'am, theory X or theory Y is very interesting because of their both view of work, motivation, or approach or others, and also the Ibrahim Maslow also be disinterested in the point of the view he said for social safety, self statement, or physiological. That is interesting for me.
Oh, great, great. So Maslow's hierarchy and this theory, right?
Yeah,
Good,
yeah.
good. Such a wonderful foundation theory. which had, to be honest with you, which had the kind of, what to say, it's a foundation. I would say it is also a kind of very easy understanding model where everybody started to associate themselves with, not only in organization but as a part of a family life also. When the moment this kind of a model is being witnessed in organization or something, they started getting themselves associated personally also. Such a wonderful successful model, that is theory. So good,
Yeah, I
good.
know.
Great,
Thank you.
great, ma. Yes, ma. Yes, ma. Okay. So, okay, let me stop with that. I wanted to ask your suggestions and opinions. Now, since first two units have got completed, I would like to conduct a test. It is going to be a one-word test. Are you all comfortable? Next session, can we have that test being done? Or if it is going to be a one word test only, just you have to select the options or write one word, which I will be sharing it in the Google form to you. You will be comfortable taking it up in the session, or I will handle it to you later on. How is that possible? First, are you comfortable in taking that one word test? First point, first question.
Yeah, no problem, ma'am.
Okay, because theory, end of the day, writing answers and theory, it is a bit tiring. Right now, to break the jinx, I will only give one word answers, one word questions. Is that
Yeah,
fine, ma?
yeah.
Okay, so what I will do is like first let me frame the questions. Okay, and see how much time that is going to consume. If it is less time consumption, I will take up in the session itself. If it is 15 to 20 minutes means, I will give a time period where everybody is logging in and taking up the test simultaneously in the session. If it is going beyond 30 minutes, I will only share the Google form so that you complete the test at any time of your convenience, and later on we can take up the session. Okay, ma?
Okay.
Okay, great. So this I wanted to ensure, because just go through the highlighted points in unit 1 and 2 so that you will be in your position of this one understanding. I will be later on sharing it with you.
Okay, ma'am. Could you share this last slide also?
Which, no, my unit 1 and unit 2 slides I've already shared, right? Only from that. You want the
Yeah.
case study slides or like how?
This last slide that you learned for us
2.4,
is
right?
26. Yeah.
That is already shared, ma. Unit 2 only I'm having.
Yeah, unit 2.
It is there in the unit 2 only. Go through it now, one second. Because I have not
I
given
see.
separately. Slide number 17.
Two. We just have 2-1.
You just have 12.
Yeah. 1 minute, ma'am.
Already shared it.
The
1 minute,
unit
ma'am.
2 should have 26 slides. Just see.
Yes, we have 26
We
slides
have it.
of the two.
If you go
We have it, ma'am.
to 17th slide, it will have our employee welfare, that one which we discussed today.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, ma?
It's here. Yeah. Now I see.
It's there, ma? So only these two things, these two units, you have it. Yes, ma, you got the slide. Sorry, ma, I didn't see your name, the one who asked for the slide. Did you go through the slide, ma? You have it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Shall I, if you want the case studies PPT, you want me to share? The case studies that we have shared. You want that to be shared, Ma?
Yes, it would be good, Professor.
It would be good. Okay, then I will share the.
Yes, thank you.
1 minute. So I will share that PPT so that like you will be getting it done. Okay. Mhm. Any doubts, Ma, from today's session?
I have no doubt.
You have no doubt. Okay. I was about to ask, where is our friend Abiba? Abiba?
Yes, Professor.
Yes, Ma. We were discussing on our manga series, Ma.
Okay.
I've come across two series. One is called One Piece, another one is Silent Voice. Which one do you prefer, Ma? Just to motivate, like
Um,
I'm also, since I'm learning from you
um,
guys.
I didn't get the question, Professor. Can you repeat it?
You were saying you're a lot into animation and other things, right? So I was asking you, since I don't wish to watch something, I wish to read a lot. So something that you
Yeah.
wish, let me know which series should I read, something like that.
Uh, Most of the time, I read the history of Afghanistan,
Oh,
Professor. You
okay,
are interested? Yes, if you're interested, you can read it. It's very interesting, I think. It has
okay,
a lot of ups and downs.
okay. You are the one who suggested on that history.
Yes,
Oh, then I'm sorry, Malik. Then I mistake, I think. Sorry, Ma, sorry. Okay, good.
no problem. No problem.
History. Maybe I have not got the inclination. Maybe I could try a little. I could try one or two
Yeah,
with history. I have not read much. I am not a history
okay.
person.
If you're interested, it is
Hmm.
very interesting, the history of Afghanistan.
Okay, okay.
I'm currently reading it.
By whom? Ma? By which person, author?
It is someone, I think, Abdul Ghaffur, I think its name.
Abdul Raful. Huh?
Yes,
Okay. Mhm.
I will find it for you,
Yeah, yeah.
Professor.
Sure, sure, sure. Anything that
Yes,
just to motivate us. That's it.
okay, okay.
Yeah, definitely.
So the next session is our test. Am I right?
What, Ma? Next season?
You said that you are taking a test from us.
No, Ma, I didn't get you. I am taking
You're taking a test in the next session. You said something like this,
test,
I think.
test, test.
Yes, yes. Test.
Yeah, yeah, one word test. One word test I'm planning to circulate that I will keep you informed through the Indian coordinator whether I'm going to handle the test in the session or after any time on your convenience that you can take up the test. I will just see depending upon the duration of the test. It is going to be in the Google form. Okay, one
Okay.
word answer.
Yeah.
So, depending upon the time consumption, I will see whether when and where I can fit that test session to be. Okay, ma?
Okay. Okay, I just wanted to make sure about
Yeah.
it.
Yes. Good.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you, ma. So, shall we wind up for today? Yes, friends, shall we wind up for today? I will be sharing the case study PPT with the coordinator so that he will be sharing it with you. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
ma'am.
okay.
Good. So have a wonderful week ahead. Have